Hello, this is Randy, and welcome back to Brain Break with Randy and Keitho. I wanted to share a story that's near and dear to my heart. It occurred when I was a missionary in Venezuela more than 45 years ago. It seems like it was just yesterday. It isn't until I see my face in its current state at 67 that I realize I'm an old guy. Mentally, I still think of myself as a young guy. Physically, I know I'm not, but mentally, I was called to be a branch president, which would be the leader of a small congregation in Venezuela. It was up in the mountains in a small town called Trujillo. And in our church, we have various groups. In this branch, I had a couple of counselors. I had an elders quorum president. President of the church at the time was Spencer W. Kimball from Safford. Spencer Woolley Kimball, actually, he was from Thatcher. He was an amazing man. I had the chance to translate for him as a missionary. Was totally impressed. But this elders quorum president and President Kimball shared the same birthday, and they were the same age. This man was a farmer. He didn't marry until he was in his 60s, probably 60s, because he had teenage children. And President Kimball died after I got home from my mission. So anyway, it was very unique. But he married a very beautiful lady. They had two girls and a boy. They were young teenagers. And father got ill and went to the hospital. And they asked if I would come visit with him and give him a blessing. Well, as missionaries, we gave blessings all the time. And I went to give him a blessing. I laid my hands upon his head after my companion had anointed his head with consecrated oil. The words I wanted to tell him wouldn't come. And looked at him with tears in my eyes and said, I need to go and fast and pray about this. Can I come back tomorrow? He said, yes, that would be fine. So we left. My companion and I started fasting together. And the next day, he showed up. And without me having to say anything, because I was going to do the same thing, he asked his family to leave the room. He'd been praying about it too. So to make a long story short, when I laid my hands upon his head, I blessed him for the good life he'd led and the good man he was, the good husband he was, the good father he was, but that his life was drawing to a close, and I was releasing him from this life for him to be able to move on and go on with his eternal progression. He accepted this because he'd been praying about it, but I guess he wanted confirmation. And my point is that when we use the priesthood in the church, we need to say the things the Lord would have us say and not the things that we would want to say. And the only way to do that is to be in tune with the Spirit, able to listen to what the Lord would say to us as his servants. Not always easy, definitely worth it. And I'm grateful I had that experience. I look forward to meeting that man again someday, because in a very few short years since he joined the church, he accomplished an awful lot. His wife was able to go and be sealed to him with her children. He left the family financially set, which in Venezuela was not an easy thing to do. And to make a long story short, he's one of my heroes. When I found out how old he really was, I was shocked. But what a great man, great opportunity. And when he invited his family back in after the blessing, his wife saw the tears in my eyes and in my companion's face and in her husband's eyes, and she knew immediately what was happening. She felt like that I had betrayed her because I couldn't bless her husband to be well. I didn't betray her. I just couldn't bless him to be well because that wasn't the Lord's will in his case. A mission is an amazing thing. We send out 18 to 25-year-olds, depending on when they start a mission. They get all of this opportunity to grow so much spiritually. I'm grateful for that opportunity. It really can be a foundation for the rest of your life if you let it be. I'm grateful I went on a mission. My father didn't have that opportunity, and neither did his father. And I'm so grateful that I was raised by my father to go on a mission and be able to serve a mission. And my brothers did too, by and large. It was a great experience for all of us. And so with that, let me bring to a close another episode of Brain Break with Randy and Keitho. Please like and share. I'm loving your comments. Tell your friends and family about us. we would love to hear more from you. And your comments are very helpful. Have a great one. Thank you.